somebody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows something about it.
Yo, what's good? Welcome back, everyone. This is Herd Talk with your coach, Coach Clint here, and you heard it here first. Another day, man. Glad to be back with you guys, man, talking. And it is that time of the year. Playoff time. Playoff football, where everybody records go back to zero. The regular season is over with. No matter if you're undefeated or defeated, if you're in the playoffs, it's all that matters. It's time to line up. It's win or go home. There is no next week. There is no week after if you lose. And so it's that time of the year, baby. It's time for everybody to step up, man. They say the playmakers make plays, and everybody else step back and play their roles. And we're about to see who about it. We're about to see who's going to make those plays, going to make those moments, going to take their team and their organization to the next round. And what I know is, in these playoffs, the lineups are going to be some exciting football games. Big time football is ahead of us. And so if y'all ready for it, hey, don't just get your popcorn ready. Get you some caramel corn, some sweet butter, extra butter, salty, get some cheddar cheese, get you some Doritos and some nachos, get you a large drink. It's about to go down. We can brag about regular season wins all we want. It don't even matter. Come the 27th, the ending score is all that's going to matter. The regular season stuff is going to be irrelevant. It's what you do on the 27th that's going to matter. Win or go home. Point blank period. I know the last week we got a forfeit victory over the Blues, and a few other teams got the same thing, and other teams kind of ended their season. And so that was that. But our last game that we played the Arkansas Bolts and came out with a 20-18 victory over those guys. A great, respectful, good organization, man, coming out of Arkansas, man. It was great playing those guys, man. It was a good back and forth game. They came down, man, and we enjoyed each other, man, out there on the football field, man. A great, good, respectful game, man. A hard battling game, man. We enjoyed it, man. And hey, possibly we may see each other again in the playoffs, Lord willing. If we get to the next round, they get to the nenext round, we may see each other again. If not, we'll see each other next year. The goal is to hopefully see them again this year. So because in these playoffs right now, man, you got the Hurricanes versus the Vipers, the Kings versus the Huskies, the Knights versus us, the Bison, and the Road Warriors versus the Bolts. You win, you go to your conference championship. You win that, it's to the big dance. Who's going to be ready for it? I hope we are. And I think we are. And so it's going to be very interesting, man. It's going to be good. And this is the time of year where you tighten up. You tighten everything up. You lock in. Whatever you've been doing, you should still be doing. Starting lineup should probably be the same all the way around. There shouldn't really be no new faces out there. I know us personally. I don't want anybody on my field who ain't been here all season with my team to all of a sudden pop up in a playoff game that ain't been playing here, and then next thing you know, you look across the field like, hey, who is that? I ain't never seen them before. Just to get an extra edge to win a game. Nah, if you ain't played with the Bison all season long in a game, 2 games, at least 3 or 4 games or something like that, you won't be playing this upcoming Saturday on the 27th. Because one thing we do, we'll take our wins and our losses the same. We don't need to upgrade or change our roster to do anything. Just to make that clear, man. And so, and I think every other team out here is probably the same way. They're going to go with who they've been had all season long. There ain't going to be no change. Ain't nobody finna add nobody extra to their roster. None of these teams are like that in this league. That's what's so good about this league is that these guys are going to go with their same roster that they've been had, just like we are. Everybody's going to be playing the same guys. There ain't going to be no new guy just all of a sudden popping up. Yeah, I've been in Florida for the whole season, but then all of a sudden now I'm available just to play for the playoff game. Nah. If you on the Bison roster, you better have been here through the season. You just ain't finna just all of a sudden pop up in the playoff game if you ain't been here through the regular season. Nah, we ain't doing nothing like that. And I don't think no team in this league would do nothing like that. It should be a fun battle between all teams, man. Us and the Knights are going to have fun. The Bolts and the Road Warriors should have fun. The Kings and the Huskies and the Hurricanes and the Vipers, everybody should get out there and just compete, man. And the thing of the game is you get out there and you work on what you've been working on and you do it and you execute it to the best of your abilities. And so it shouldn't be nobody drawing up nothing in the sand, just some random stuff just to win the game. If it is, most likely it shouldn't work out. If it does, a dog shines on what they call it, the sun shines on the dog ass every now and then. And so all I know is we got the Knights. Conference rivalry. They swept the series this year 2-0 in 2 close games. Wasn't no blowouts. Wasn't no dominance of no team over the other. It was 2 close games that came down to the wire. And so we got to get out there, and maybe third time's a charm. Maybe not. We'll see when we line up. And so we'll see those guys, man. All I know is that both times we played those guys, it was physical, it was tough, it was tight. It came down to the end. There was no extra stuff out there on the field. Both teams played with respect. Both coaching staffs came out there and just did their jobs, and everybody had fun. And it was nothing but love after those games. And so that's something that I appreciated. And I shouted that out before the last time we was on. Is that it was good to see that, because there was a lot of stereotypes put on these teams and organizations in the past, of things in the past, deservingly so sometimes. But both teams showed, character and locked in on playing football. And so that was the beautiful thing out there. And it's like, if we can continue to do things like this, this is going to change the perception of semi-pro football in the South or in Mississippi, first and foremost. And that's what we want to do. And that's what we want to do for the SCFL, is just build this league up and make it stronger and stronger each and every year. Every team and every organization coming here. We can talk trash and have fun all day long. Guys are leaving one team and going to the next and they're feeling some type of way. That's all fine and dandy. But at the end of the day, the best thing for the SCFL is nothing but strong teams and strong organizations, full of structure, being organized, well ran, being able to have everything they need to survive through full seasons. And so that was make the league better. And so, like I said, these playoffs should be exciting football. My one request for everybody, record these games. I don't care about the going live part, unless you're going live on YouTube or something like that. Please do, if you can. Put it on YouTube. Everybody, let's showcase the league so that we can get this out there, so we can see every organization, so every player in every organization that strives for better opportunities can put it on a bigger platform. Cell phones on the sideline is cool for personal fun. You can't get no good views on somebody's cell phone on the sideline trying to record a game. If you're trying to scout a player or looking for a player, seeing a cell phone jump up and down on a sideline with a small view and you can barely see the field, and some person cussing and screaming into the cell phone and cracking jokes into the cell phone, you ain't finna get no good scouting from that. Go ahead, put that thing on the camera, put it on YouTube, showcase the whole team where you can see the whole line and the interior play to the outerior play, to the secondary doing what they do, to linebackers, to receivers, running backs, everybody, into the quarterback play. That's how you go ahead and get those guys out there. And then you can make better individual highlights for those players. And so, like I said, it should be some fun football, man. I can't wait till the 27th, so we can get it in, man. That's gonna be big for us. Is that getting this game out there and having some fun, man. I know my guys are motivated. They're amped up. They're ready. Like I said, in the regular season, the Knights held on and got the victory over us 2 times. First game, 22-18. And the second game, what was it, 24-20? Yeah, 24-20. Because it was 18-20, and they scored a last-second touchdown, which gave them 6 points from 18. It was 24. We didn't even go to the extra point because the game was over. It was at the last seconds of the game. My guy Glock, he made a throw into the back of the end zone, and we lost track of that man in the back of the end zone. He caught it, and that was game over right there, right at the end of the game. It should have went to overtime, but shoulda, woulda, coulda, don't matter. They won the game, plain and simple. So salute to those guys, and we just got to get that get back, man. And so, like I said, man, record these games, get them out there. So let's see everybody in action, man. I know I want to go back, man. I want to see some of these Hurricanes games. I want to see the Kings and Huskies play. I want to see the Boats and Road Warriors play. And I'm sure one of those guys want to see some of our games, man. Heck, I mean, just to be honest, just be real about it. You want to see some film. You want to watch film on your possible opponents. I think good coaching and good football players want to watch film, on each other, because at the end of the day, just watching film alone isn't going to win you a game. It's execution that wins games. It's trusting what you do and sticking to it that wins game. So it's not just watching film. It's, they like to run these play or they like to run that play. But you don't know exactly when they're going to run play, no matter how many times you watch film. All you can do is guess and take a stab at it. You can watch tendencies and things of that nature, but that doesn't guarantee that you're going to be 100% right, And so, like I said, unless a team is just running one play the whole game, then that's a whole different story. Then yes, you just call out, hey, they run the jet sweep, then you just crash and kill the jet sweep every play. And if they have no counter to that play, then that's a problem for that team. But every team in this league, I know for sure that they're not just running one play. They're not just running one thing. And every team has their own style of play and to what they like to do. And so you can pick up on some things that they like to do, and you may stop them sometimes. That's part of the game. Offense doesn't win every play, and defense doesn't win every play. So it's who makes the most plays that win through execution. And so that's going to be the big deal, especially with us in the Knights. It's like it's going to come down to execution and come down to making big plays. Who makes the most big plays? Who makes the less mistakes, especially in key moments? That's going to be the difference in this game here, man. And I'm excited to see it, man. I think we have been cleaning up a lot of things that we did in the past, and the team has came together, and we're playing better football. And so, and it shows because when you look at the season and you look at every team, we had a little bit few issues early on. That Panthers game gave us a large deficits in the scoring department on defense because, hey, they put 50 up on us, man, and right off the top, we had 50 points against us, and 6 for us or 12 for us. And so that put us down. But as far as scoring-wise, hell, in our conference, we're number 1. On the other side, it's the Hurricanes, I believe. They're number 1 in scoring. And so those guys have, scored the most points. The Kings have scored the second most points. Then the Huskies. Then the Vipers. On our side, it's us. Then the Knights. Then the Road Warriors, and then the Boats. Matter of fact, no, I'm sorry. Then the Boats, and then the Road Warriors. And so we see, things ain't what they were at the beginning of the season. So I think all teams have gotten better, have shown a lot of improvement, man. And so it's going to be interesting come playoff time. And like I said, it mostly should be when you see out there on the field, man, it should be some exciting football, man. And so, but we'll get back to it right after this break.
Looking for the hottest content in the city of Jackson and surrounding areas? Check out WeBelieveDigital.com. Also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. We Believe Digital Podcast is here for all your podcasting needs.
The Mississippi Link is an African-American female-owned newspaper with a trusted voice that is highly respected throughout the city, state, and nation. Our motto, Keepers of the Knowledge for People Who Speak the Truth, since 1993. Link significantly influences the thoughts, attitudes, and buying decisions of its readers. Call us at 601-368-8481 for your advertising needs. If you would like to receive a newspaper in the mail each week, our annual subscription is only $52 per year. That is only $1 per week for you to. The Mississippi Link is an African-American female-owned newspaper with a trusted voice that is highly respected throughout the city, state, and nation. Our motto, Keepers of the Knowledge for People Who Speak the Truth, since 1993. Link significantly influences the thoughts, attitudes, and buying decisions of its readers. Call us at 601-368-8481 for your advertising needs. If you would like to receive a newspaper in the mail each week, our annual subscription is only $52 per year. That is only $1 per week for you to stay informed regarding many stories that you can only get in the Mississippi Link. Sign up today at themississippiLink.com and click on Home Delivery.
All right, we're back, man. And like I said, before the break, it's going to be some exciting football on the 27th, man. So I know we'll be in Vicksburg playing those nights, man. And I was just getting back to the point that I was making early on, just about each team, man, and everybody has their own style of play and what they like to do and what they're successful with. And I know it's like coming out here come playoff time, I know everything's going to be tight, it's going to be physical, it's going to be more focused and ready to win big, man, more competitive football. And, you know, I know the league is like, you know, they want to make sure that everything is going to be on the up and up and all this and that, so I'm pretty sure everybody's probably going to be doing roster checks. So I know we're going to make sure our guys come and have their identification ready, because I'm pretty sure the Knights want to make sure that we come out there and make sure that we're on the up and up, man, because nobody wants to be discredited out there on that football field with possible illegal players or anything like that, man, because and for me personally, I don't believe nobody's going to do that, because I think that's just not a good look at this time of the year, because who would want to be called out on having somebody out there that ain't truly on your roster? I think that's an embarrassing look for any organization. And so even like I said before, you know, who would even want to have somebody come out there and play for them that ain't even been here all season long? It's like, you know, why would you be here now? You didn't fought through the wars with us through the season, so why would you be out there fighting with us now if you ain't been here through the whole season? If you couldn't make, you know, a game through the season, then you shouldn't even be on the roster right now, because you don't have the time to play. And so just all of a sudden now, just having you here in a playoff game and you ain't been here all season long, that's not really a good look. That doesn't help, because now you done had guys on your roster all season long fight and prove their worth just to get put behind by somebody that ain't been here fighting the wars with you. Nah, I know we ain't trying to do that. You know, so that ain't our thing. So it never will be. So if we win, we're gonna win with the warriors that fought the wars and been through the battles. If we lose, we're gonna lose with the ones that fought the wars and been through the battles. Point blank period. You are not getting on my field if you ain't been with us all season long. You know, you can sit on that bench and you can clap and cheer, but you are not getting out there over somebody else that's been here putting in the work. That's totally unfair, and that's disrespectful to me. And so that's like having a coach come in and say, hey, Coach Tracy, I'm gonna have him help me do this and that, and I just want you to go ahead and sit on the bench or just go in the booth and just sit there. He don't even know the offense or defense or nothing like that, but I just want him to go ahead and help me on that because I just think he's good at it. No. He gonna have to wait till next year to get in the mix. He is not coming in taking anybody's spot in the middle of our season. No, that's not what we're gonna do. That's just disrespectful. And to me, that's just a breach of integrity, and that speaks to people's character if anybody wants to do something like that. So, and anybody can take it however they want to take it, but that's just what Coach Clinton stands on. And so, like I said, we're going to go out there and we're going to fight this battle. We're going to go to war with those Knights, man, and it's going to be good. It's going to be fun. In our case, yeah, we would love to go ahead and just get a big blowout win, but we definitely not planning on having no blowout loss. If anything, it should come down to what it's been coming down to before, come down to the end of the game and somebody just makes the key plays to win the game. And so that should be it. But Lord willing, if we go out there and do what we need to do on the field, we should be all right. And we should be able to move on to the next round if we do what we need to do. And I'm pretty sure they feel the same exact way. If they do what they need to do to win, they should be able to come out to the next round if they do what they need to do and we don't do what we need to do. And I think that's the same thing for every other team in this playoffs. Go out there and do what you need to do in the football field and handle your business, and everything should be all right. And so we go from there. And so we win the game and just can push on to the next round and see what it does for us, because after that, it's the off season. And then we'll be waiting for August 5th, which is the date for the first tryouts of Bison football for the 2024 season. And so, but that's the ways to go. And so, but just know that's what it's going to be, man. And we'll have flyers out waiting for that. And new competitors coming in, competing for spots, man. I know guys love these certain jersey numbers and stuff like that. That stuff's going to be fair game for anybody. If you're that dog, you got to come in and compete for it, man, and prove your worth. I don't do favorites. I do earn your keep, earn your spot, prove your worth, make the plays. We watch film, we evaluate. And if you do it, you're going to do it, and it's going to get tougher and tougher each year as we get more and more competitors in, more and more high-level football players in coming in to compete and play at a high level. Because we want to reach that level to go out and play anybody in the nation. That's just what we want to do, man. So, and I know what it takes. And so we're not there yet, obviously, but we're trying to get there. And so, and I know a lot of these guys want to do that, man, and then get opportunities to go on and play, man, in things like maybe football overseas and the XFL, the USFL, that big dream going to the NFL, whatever it may be, So I would love to see some of these guys get that opportunity in every team, every league, So, and that's what we're trying to build with Bison football. And so, matchups, man, is going to be key. I know their front seven versus our front, their secondary versus our receivers. That's going to be a thing right there. It's going to be a battle everywhere around. I think we have a lot of things going for us that can lead us to victory, and I think they feel the same way. But I know for us, man, we have a lot of positives on this team, man, offensively and defensively, man, that can get the job done. I think a lot of times when it came to losses this season, it came down to discipline. That's basically what it came down to. Not skill, not talent, just discipline, football, and making the right plays and being in the right place at the right time. I probably can say, I went back and watched film. For every game this season that we played, we've probably dropped literally. There should have been clear interceptions. We've probably dropped about 15 interceptions this season. There should have been interceptions, and we dropped them literally out of our hands. And so a lot of big different situations. I've watched situations where we had teams that should have been in punt situations and stupid penalties and unsportsmanlike conduct penalties caused us to give them automatic first downs and keep their drives alive and things of that nature, and taking plays off, things of that nature. And so in the playoffs, you can't have none of that. Can't have none of that. You got to go all out. Go hard or go home. Go 100 all the way around, man. Leave it all on the field. If you're tired, hey, suck it up until you can get off the field and get a fresh replacement out there on the field. But you can't take a playoff on the field, because as soon as you take a playoff on the field, that's usually when a big play is made. And so we can't have that, because, each part of an offense and a defense works hand in hand with each other in football. There's no one individual that can win a game by itself without the help from the other parts of the team. Quarterback can be good, a receiver can be good, a running back can be good, but they can't do nothing without that offensive line. You can have the best corner in all of semi-pro, but if your D-line is trash and that quarterback got 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds back there in the backfield, sooner or later that DB is going to get worked, because he can't cover a guy for that long. I don't care how good you are. And those are words from Deion Sanders himself. And any good receiver at any level would tell you that. I mean, DB would tell you that. You can't cover forever. And so everything got to be working together. Everybody got to be working together, man. It got to be one herd, one sound, one football, all working together, man. And I believe that's what we are building up to be right now, man. And so it's going to even get better, man, through this rest of this season, this playoffs, and going into next year, which should be another big year for us as well. So, but I believe, personally, we got a lot of football left this year. I believe we can make it to the championship game easily if we want to, if we go out there and do our jobs. Just as easily if we go out there and we half-ass it, we can be out of the game by the first half. So it's really going to be on us, Bison. So what are we going to do? That's from coaches to players, all of us down, working together. Are we going to continue the path of improvement that we've been on these last, I want to say 4 or 5 weeks or 4 weeks? Or are we going to revert to the beginning of the season? So I believe the latter, that we are going to continue to improve, continue to grow, and be the team that we need to be. So I can't speak for anybody else, man, but I'm excited, man. I'm ready to go, man. I didn't really want to get to too much today, man, on the podcast. I just kind of want to speak towards the playoffs, man, and everything, man, the things that I want to see improve in the league and stuff like that. But what I want to see in these games, man, I just want to see some good, clean, competitive football. I want to see each team go out there, man, with everybody who's been there working hard for them and just going out there playing, man. Like I said, we have these rivalries and we have this competitive nature, and you want to beat somebody, you want to beat that other team. And that's how it's always the case. My job is I want to destroy the Knights. I want to destroy the Boats. I want to destroy the World Wars. I want to destroy whoever we Lord willing, we get the chance to play for the championship. I want to destroy those guys too. For me, Bison's is number one. We're trying to be the best team around here, period. Point blank, period. That's just how it goes. But personally, I have nothing personal against anyone. It's just that. I love to play these men. I love to play against these guys. I love the sport in itself. I don't compete against another coach. I don't compete against players. We compete against teams. We compete against ourselves to execute to the best of our abilities and do what we're supposed to do on the football field. Because me personally, I don't think no other man is built like me, so who am I competing with? There is no other coach like me. There are other coaches are like themselves. And whatever they do good, they do good in themselves. It doesn't stop me from doing what I do good and what I do great. And so, what I feel like I can do great, I don't feel like nobody can do it as great as me. And whatever they feel like they can do, that's good for them. Point blank, period. So shout out to every coach, shout out to every team. Go out there and do what you're supposed to do best and compete, because the Bison are coming. And we're going to compete our way. And we're going to push it out our way with our players, because we got some great players over here at every phase. And so if we come out there and play Bison football, I don't believe there's not a team in the league that can stop us if we go out there and play the game that we're supposed to play. And so there's no stutter in my voice. There's nothing in that. If we go out there and execute, we can compete and beat anybody. We can play with anybody in this league and other leagues if we go out there and do what we're supposed to do. Point blank, period. You feel how you want to feel, that's fine. And so I'm pretty sure guys have something to say after this or that. I don't care. Call me. 601-376-7651. Y'all know, y'all call me anytime if you got something that you want to say to Coach Clinton. I love to talk to anybody. I don't do Facebook talk and stuff like that. That's for children. That's for women. Or scoring baby mamas that that's arguing with their man, and he ain't giving them that loving no more. For me, you can keep the Facebook stuff. I'm too old for that. My job is to coach football and lead these guys, set the example, set the tone, put these guys in a position to be successful on the football field, and just continue to remind these men how to be men, grown men, because we're role models whether we like it or not in this society, especially my black men out here. And that's all of us, but especially my black men, because we have hurdles and leaps and things that we have to overdo and overcome and conquer in this society to be great. And we got a lot of kids and a lot of our youth looking up to us. And so that's my challenge to my guys every single week. Be better men. Be men of character. Be men of standards, moral, and integrity. Point blank, period. Because that's going to make you better football players. That's a part of what a Bison football is about. It ain't just about being top-notch football players. It's just about being men of character. If you can't be a man of character, I really don't even want you over here, honestly. I want guys that's just about being real men over here. I ain't with that childish stuff. That childish stuff, you can take that somewhere else. Point blank, period. And again, y'all heard me chat my name, my phone number out. Call me if you got an issue with it, or see me face to face. We can talk about it. I don't stutter nothing. Point blank, period. And like this is it, man. We'll see y'all nights on the 27th, man. Y'all boys be blessed. I'm out.
Where I'm from, we so big. And everybody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows something about it. And I want answers now. Who, what, where, and why. See, a lot of dudes like to act the fool now. Get on live, but that ain't my style. Now who he gonna get and what he gonna do? Run up on me if you want to. Hot damn pressing this.